Thank you for tuning in to MJ and Kate on Us. This week we're talking about Us. Our live stream will start exactly at 9 a.m. Thank you for tuning in to MJ and Kate on Us. This week we're talking about Us. Our live stream will start exactly at 9 a.m. Thank you for tuning in to MJ and Kate on Us. This week we're talking about Us. Our live stream will start exactly at 9 a.m. Thank you for tuning in to MJ and Kate on Us. This week we're talking about Us. Our live stream will start exactly at 9 a.m. Thank you for tuning in to MJ and Kate on Us. This week we're talking about Us.
Happy New Year! Happy New Year,
Happy
Kate!
New Year!
I don't think my hat fits with my headphones on. What how about you?
Yeah, it's a little squeezy, but
It's a little squeezy. Well, welcome,
yeah.
welcome. So it's our first live show, and we might be live on some of the websites there. So hopefully it's going out to that. If you're online, go ahead and put some information in the chat so we know that you're here and you're live and you're with us. Yeah. So, Kate, it's 2022. Do you have any New Year's resolutions that you're going to be doing this year?
Okay, so I wasn't gonna have a New Year's resolution, but I think I am going to have one resolution, Michael J. And it is to be here with you every Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. I will promise to commit to that. And our audience. Hi, Denise. Happy New Year.
Oh, is Denise
Um,
on?
yeah, Denise is on.
Yeah. Hey,
So
Denise. How are you? We'll put you up there and shout you out, Denise, that we got you on the
first
show.
ever viewer,
First.
Denise.
Our first ever guest. Yay, Denise. Yay.
You
Thanks
get
for
an
joining.
award. Michael J, what about you? Any New Year's resolutions?
So this is one, right? We said that we wanted to have an opportunity to explore something new this year and create an environment where we can cast out information that we thought might be valuable to other people and for us to have a good time and just for people to have an opportunity in a safe space to get to know us this year. So this is a number one resolution here is to do a video podcast.
Yeah, that's a big resolution, Michael
Yeah.
J.
Anybody else have a resolution that they wanted to share with us out there? Denise.
I know that Denise has a resolution, if not to just go back to somewhere warm.
Yeah.
That's a good
Yeah.
resolution.
So, well, that's awesome. That's awesome. So, Kate, let's find out a little bit about you. I'm going to take this hat off, otherwise, it's going to fall off in the middle of us talking here. So, tell us a little bit about you, Kate, and what brought you here.
Well, so I met Matt back in college, and the rest is history. It's that simple. No, I'm kidding. um, but so I'm married to Matt. We have two awesome kids. I have a junior in high school and a freshman. My oldest is Teresa, and my youngest is Isaac. And I'm sure they would be mortified to know that I just mentioned their names live on Facebook.
Yeah.
What about you, Michael J? What about your family?
Well, I'll shout out to Denise first because she said that she would like to take more vacations. So that's a really good goal that she's got for this year. We can always use more vacations.
Amen to that.
So this year, um, my family, is that what we're talking about? Yeah, my
Yes,
family.
family, family.
So I'm Michael J, and I'm married to my beautiful wife, who I'm well pleased with, Sherry. And we have three children. Our oldest, Camberly, who is a seventh grader, and just will be turning 13 years old this coming Saturday. So Three Kings Day, the 6th, she'll be 13. And then we have boy-girl twins, Kaylin and Kaysen, boy-girl twins, and they are 11. So they're the youngest for their class in 6th grade. So, hey, Kate,
Yeah.
what do you think the number one question is about boy-girl twins, or just about having twins in general?
I don't know, Michael J. Are Camberly and Kaysen twins?
No, it's Kaylin and
Oh,
Camberly.
yes, yes.
Yeah,
Kaylin
they're
and Kaysen
twins.
are twins.
So the number one question people ask you is, when they find out you have twins, is are they identical?
And they ask you this with a boy and a girl.
Well, not so much now that they're older, but when they were younger, they would go, "Oh, are they identical?" No, one's a boy and one's a girl. So we'll let you marinate on that for a little bit.
Interesting. Yeah. You mean a boy and a girl aren't identical twins, Michael J?
No, they're not. They're not. They're not. So, how about did you guys end up here in Rockford, Kate?
So we took the long route to Rockford. I grew up north. Matt is from the Lansing area. We met in college. And then I lived in Denver for a couple of years. And when we were in college, one of Matt's roommates was from Rockford. And he told us so many great things about it that I said, I want to raise a family in Rockford, having never been there in my life. And then after we had Isaac, Matt got a new job in Grand Rapids, and we found ourselves buying a house up in Rockford, just outside of Grand Rapids, and it's amazing. So, what about you, Michael J? Why Rockford for you?
Oh gosh, that's a really long story, Kate. It's a good thing we got some time here.
Yes, yes.
But we've been here since 2017, and we have actually loved it so much that we've moved twice since we've been here in Rockford. So, but we'll come back to that story. So, I started in California, so this goes way back, and our family moved across the country from California to southern Utah to Missouri, and then I took off after college to Arkansas and Florida. So we've really been running from the law for a long time. So we're trying to keep it on the down low. So ended up in Orlando and worked for Walt Disney World for 21 years. Yep. Worked for the Walt Disney Company for 21 years. And maybe we'll do a whole show about that one day, about working for Walt Disney World. So we could do that. But got married, had our kids there in Orlando, and my wife was working for Bethany Christian Services. So, shout out to a local company here in Grand Rapids, Michigan, Bethany Christian Services, over 70 plus years, founded here in that. We'll do another show on that as well. So later on, but she had an opportunity to come up here as an as a to advancement to her career, and so when that opportunity came up, I decided after 21 years at Disney, I would take early retirement, and we would take our whole family and move up here to Michigan. And so why Rockford? It just happened to be where we found a house that was available during the time that we needed the house, and so we love the quaint Norman Rockwell kind of downtown feel. That it's very vibrant downtown. The city does a lot to keep new things happening and that sort of thing. And so that's really been why Rockford. And our kids have had an amazing time in the school system up here in Rockford, and we couldn't be happier. So yeah, that's why we ended up in Rockford.
How did
So
they trick you about the snow and the cold weather to get you to Michigan? Because you listed a ton of warm states, and then somehow I don't think you came to visit in the wintertime.
yeah, most people say that they go the other way around, right? That they go from the hot states or from the cold states to the warm states, right? So it really came down to quality of life for us. So when Camberly turned 8 years old, our life in Orlando was extremely busy, and we had no family time. So we were like, what's the next 10 years of her life going to look like? So through a lot of prayer and that sort of thing, Michigan was what it was. So unlike Sherry, my wife, she never had experienced snow other than a ski trip here or there. But I spent 10 years in southern Utah, so we had our fair share of snow and cold weather. And I also lived 12 years in Missouri, and they get a little bit of snow, but they get tons of ice and
Oh, mhm.
cold, miserable weather. So but also, the nice thing about being up here in Michigan is that it's kind of like the reverse of Florida in the summer. In the summer, you kind of don't stay inside with the air conditioning like God intended for you. And then up here, in the wintertime, you just stay in with the heat. So a little bit of fireplace and that sort of thing. And we've embraced the winter sports too, as well. So that's been something for us to do that. So, anybody have any favorite winter sports? That's it.
Um, did you know that Cannonsburg is, if they're not open, they are opening? Aaron had to miss church on Sunday to blow snow because
Oh,
it's cold finally again.
cold enough, yeah. Wow. So that's cool. Blow some snow out there so we can go skiing and tubing and snowboarding. So yeah, we've had some good times out there. So Kate, looks like that you've recently had a change and you've got into insurance. So why insurance, Kate?
Yeah, so my passion my whole life has always been to serve people and take care of them. And I didn't know that you could actually make a career out of helping people. And a couple years ago, there was this global pandemic. I don't know if you heard about that or not, but it kind of forced a career change. And when I was looking for something new, an opportunity presented itself, and God definitely had his hand in it because it connected us with people that were from kind of a past life, but people we hadn't really talked to in a while, and um, great people, great mentors. And it was just an opportunity that I couldn't say no to. And I actually have a career now that I get to serve people and help them and make sure that they are protecting their families. And I never thought that was possible, that you could have a career and take care of people at the same time. And now I get to do both. And it's just been a huge blessing to me, and my family. So yeah. Um, what about you, Michael J?
Who's your
How
number
real
one
is
client?
my number one client? Michael J. Williams. That's my number one client. He is an amazing client. Oh, and Denise is on here too. So I
Oh,
mean,
is there,
Denise and
we gotta
Stephen
give a
Atwood.
oh, you know what, Kate? We forgot something. Do you know what we
What?
forgot? We forgot about the rapid fire questions.
Well, that's exciting. So we've got some rapid fire questions for everyone. Well, for us to learn more about us. So, real quick, Michael J, what's your favorite food?
Spaghetti.
Favorite place to visit?
Any place sunny.
What's your favorite color?
Blue.
Nice. How many siblings do you have?
Uh, 4.
Are
2,
you
3
sure? You
alive. 3
hesitated.
alive.
Oh, okay.
3 alive.
What's your favorite holiday?
Christmas.
Of course, yes. And what was the last book that you read?
Giftology.
Ooh, what's that about, Michael J?
So that's about how to create a sense of giving gifts that are not about you, but about the person that you're really wanting to connect with and really getting them the perfect gift. And so it talks a lot about corporate giving because that's kind of what their branding is
Hmm.
around. And they're actually a company who helps people out, usually large businesses, come up with gift ideas that are more about not the gift itself necessarily, but the experience of
Oh,
what
uh-huh.
would be gifting. So one of the things is they give away knives as gifts, like knife sets. So if you're a corporate person, you're kind of taking care of the house, the house, and not just that particular person you're gifting, but the wife in the house, the whoever the chef
Oh,
is,
mhm.
and you do something nice like that. So every time they use the knives, they kind of remember you.
So everybody, Michael J is going to be sending you all knives. That's what I'm taking away from the
No.
story, Michael J.
So nope, no knives.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so Kate, what's your favorite color?
Orange.
Orange. Oh, that's interesting. It's an interesting color.
Mm.
You're not a Gators fan by chance, are you? I just said
Heck
that because I'm
no.
from Florida.
No. No. Go green, go white.
Go green, go white. Okay. What's your favorite vacation spot?
Anywhere where there's water and sunshine.
What was the last book you read?
Freedom in the Framework.
Tell me about it.
So it is a great book. It's about how when you have structure to your day and basically your life, you actually have more freedom, less chaos, means more chances for peace for yourself, and just making sure that you're structuring your life in a way that you're able to be present everywhere, whether it's in your business, whether it's professionally, making sure that you're intentional about the time that we have because we all have the same amount of time. It's what we do with it that matters most.
And Tuesday at 9 o'clock, we're going to be
That's right. Tuesday,
we're
9 o'clock.
still here, 9 o'clock live.
That's right.
A commitment for the year. So, was there another on that rapid fire question? What's let's see. What is your favorite neighbor? No, we're just kidding.
Well, my favorite neighbor was MJ until he bought my favorite house.
So Kate
And
and I
now,
lived in adjoining neighborhoods, but now we're actually neighborhoods in the same association. As I moved over to our newer house last January, so it's been coming up. It'll be a year that we've moved in. So we actually closed late last year. So, what's your favorite food?
so I love all food. I am kind of a foodie, but I'm gonna do favorite restaurant,
Favorite restaurant?
Sanchez, because you
Sanchez.
get to, yeah, downtown. You
Okay,
get to like taste different. It's a whole experience. You get to try new things every time you go, and it's awesome.
it's downtown.
Yeah, downtown, kind of across from, oh, I can see it. There's a new hotel downtown. I think it's near the new burger place, near Wally Burgers or Wahlburgers, whatever it's called.
Wahlburgers. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and we'll give them another shout out. It's Sanchez.
Yes, Sanchez Tapas Bistro. And when I say downtown, I mean the city of Grand Rapids.
Oh, Grand
In
Rapids, yeah.
town is
Yeah, in town.
Rockford.
Oh, in town is Rockford. Okay, so we'll
Yes.
make the clarification for that. If you guys are listening, you have some favorite places that you like to eat, just drop it in the comments and we'll mention it for you guys. So, real estate, let's go back to real estate because that's what we were going into, right? Was
Why?
why is MJ into real estate? He might be asking himself that same question after the last year and a half. The pandemic, but both Kate and I did start businesses during the pandemic. I got my license. I've been licensed about year and a half, almost 2 years. I've been able to help 9 families either buy or sell their home. Helped one family buy a vacation home for them,
Oh.
sort of like a lake retreat. They live in the Kalamazoo area, and they wanted to have something a little bit north where they could just take the boat. They don't have to drive the boat and all that stuff. It's just already there. They can just show up with the food, and the house is ready and set for them. So that was a good uh, client to help figure all that out and
Mhm.
find them the right. Uh, cabin. I think that's like a thing here in Michigan that we're finding
Yes.
out, is that a lot of people have someplace, a little retreat, and for most people, it's like been a family thing. Can you speak to that, Kate?
Like
Like family
family.
cabins or family property, or
Oh,
this is
yes.
like a normal Michigan thing.
It is. So I was going to just say, Michael J., we got to work on your Michigan terminology. They didn't get a house a little bit north. They got a cabin up north.
They got a cabin up north,
Up
okay, on the
north.
lake.
Yes, because everywhere, I think, like Cadillac up, past Cadillac, that's considered up north.
Okay, okay.
So up north, yes, you got to have a cabin on the lake. That's everyone's, or a river, some body of
Some
water,
body
because
of
we live in
water, yeah.
Michigan. So, and what better way to retreat than sunny on the water in Michigan? And then when you retire, you get to spend winters in Florida, Michael J.
Yeah.
You can go, so you'll be back there one day, is what I'm saying.
You'll be back there one day. So, as we were living in Orlando, and Sherry was coming back and forth to Michigan and telling me how beautiful the summers were and all the different variety of colors and plants and trees that you experience here in West Michigan in the springtime and during the summer, because Florida's green. It's just green year round. That's it. We got one
Uh-huh.
color. It's a bunch of shades, but it's green. And so she knew that we might be wanting to take this opportunity to come up here, and so she happened to meet this guy named Paul Spica. And Paul Spica is part owner of Spica Real Estate. So it's named after him. And
Hmm.
we became friends with Paul, and Paul ended up being our real estate agent. And so we worked with him and his partner, Ryan Kaufman, and they are the broker owners of Spica Real Estate. And they helped us buy our first house up here in Rockford. And we had such an amazing experience with Paul and Ryan, that they sort of led, guide, and protected us as we were in that new home buying process. And so it was just like, hey, I love what you guys are doing. I love that you take care of people. You have great client events after the sale. You keep up with us and make sure that we're totally happy and satisfied and all that stuff. And so I sort of fell in love with their business model. And when they needed some help, I said, hey, I'd be interested in doing that. And they said, you must be joking. So I was like, no, no, really, I want to come. So they needed somebody to help them out with some of the events, and so I was the event guy, and then I got my license from there. So and now it's been 2 years and 9 families later, and we're hoping that this year we'll be able to help a lot more people too. So that's sort of the real estate. And something that dawned on me like right away after I got my license is that what was so special about home for me was the fact that as a child I ended up living in a 10-year time span. We lived in 9 homes, and
Whoa.
so it was just the place, where my parents were in their lifetime, and we didn't have a lot of money, and so every year the rent would go up, and we'd be looking for a new place that was cheaper than where we were living. And so you don't accumulate a lot of stuff when you move 9 times, and I'm so grateful that I've been able to. My daughter's only moved 3 times, and one was from state, and the one was to another house in the same city. But I love that security that home gives you
Mhm.
for that reason, because we moved so many times as a child. So
So where are you going to
real
find
estate.
your lake respite, Michael J.?
We're going to find my lake respite. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. So yeah, I'm trying to decide between the $95,000 fixer upper and the $2.6 million key turn.
Decisions.
No, Ray, it's first world problems. It really is first world problems. So, hey, speaking of fun times, we do something every Monday, not every Monday, but once a month, and we do it on the second Monday of the month at with Speaker Real Estate, and it's called Fun Day Monday. And what we do is we do a weekly trivia question, and basically, you can Google it. It's okay. It's fair if you want to Google it, because they're all easily Googleable, if that's the correct word, I guess. But for each person that plays each Monday, you'll be able to have an opportunity to win a $25 gift card to Amazon. And so that's fun, right? You get to play a little game and get $25. But what we love is that for each one of you that go on, and whether you're right or wrong and play along with us, we donate $1 to the Kids Food Basket. And so, Kate, are you familiar with the Kids Food Basket?
So I am. We love the Kids Food Basket and what they do for kids here in West Michigan, but we have not had a chance to volunteer in a couple of years because they have so many volunteer opportunities there. And our kids' schedule just got so busy. But tell me more about Kids Food Basket, Michael J.
So the Kids Food Basket is an organization that puts together sack suppers for kids who are in need of that type of services. So kids who are experiencing food insecurity, they have an opportunity to collect a sack lunch or sack dinner that they can take home with them, so that they're nourished for their next day and ready for school. So it's just an amazing organization that has grown, and they've even have now a greenhouse and a local micro farm, so they can produce fresh fruits, vegetables to go in these sack suppers and help keep the cost down, as well as providing them for you. So the volunteer opportunities are an opportunity to go in and actually pack up these sack lunches. Something that you could do from home, and most people don't know about it, is you can decorate lunch sacks. So you and your kids could sit around, or you and a group of people. You can each even go inside the Kids Food Basket and decorate the sacks, or you could just do them at home and bring them in and drop them off. So that would be a great thing for you to do as a family or as an individual, or if you have some sort of group and you want to go in and just all hang out at the Kids Food Basket, get a tour of the place, and have an opportunity to color in some great stuff. So.
Do you happen to know how many kids they feed every week, Michael J?
So I wish I had that number off the top of my head, but I know it's in the 1,100 range.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it was quite high. Every time you tour, if you have never gone there, I really recommend it because they'll give you the full history and how many families they've helped. And it's an incredible experience, especially for young kids to be aware of other people around them.
So I just put the link in the chat. So if people want to go and check it out, it's kidfoodbasket.org, and they can go ahead and check it out there. So some more information.
Well, that was fun. I shouldn't have pushed that button.
You drive.
Next, note to self. Don't touch any buttons on the screen.
Don't touch any buttons. So yeah, Kate and I are in different locations, but we have the ability to control the studio, each of us, which was actually very helpful earlier. Some behind the scenes, Kate sent me some sneaky notes, so that sort of kept us on track. So we are going to be doing this show, right, Kate? We're going to be doing this show each Tuesday at 9 a.m. Thanks for those of you that tuned in live to watch us. A lot of you will probably see it on the replay. We're going to be able to replay it here on Facebook, both on the Landis page, and let's say it correctly, the Landis Agency Farm
The
Bureau.
Landis Agency.
Yeah, Bureau page, right? Okay.
Yep, the Landis Agency.
And then on my Facebook page, and we're still trying to work out the kinks a little bit, but there's an MJ and Kate on at YouTube. Yeah, YouTube. So you'll be able to watch it there at YouTube. We're waiting for our authentication, so we can actually upload for that, or we would have live streamed today straight to YouTube. So we'll be doing that. So before we talk about next week, any parting shots, Kate?
No, just I'm glad we got this one under our belt, Michael J. So Thank you for those of you who watched the show, and it's just going to get better by the end of the year. You will fully know all of our quirks, and it's going to be great. It's
So
going to be a great journey.
next week, we're going to talk about human trafficking and how it is affecting us here in the Grand Rapids area. We'll have special guest Sherry Williams, who will be talking to us about her experience with those people who are in need of help. Later this month, we'll also be talking about the Michigan Day and what Michigan Day is. And then the end of the month, we will be talking about Hot Tea Day. So keep us nice and warm in the summer. So we did go over our 30 minutes just a little bit. So if you wrap it up in the next 30 seconds, we will sign off, Kate.
Have a great week, everybody. And until next time.
Next time, we'll see you later. Love you guys.